he loves the country so much that he was willing to lose everything for it. And he has.
Absolutely.
You know?
He's lost. I mean,
forget about money that he's lost, but look at all the I'm not going to use the word credibility, but these false smears. I mean, Hollywood loved this guy.
I know.
You know, to be with
so did
Trump.
New York, bro.
Yeah.
So did New York. He brought New York back in the 70s when he bought the Commodore Hotel.
Yes.
When he fixed the Wollman Rink at Central Park.
Yeah, fixed it in 6 months.
Well, many people thought the skating rink in Central Park was abandoned, but now there is something to cheer about. The Wollman skating rink in Central Park is open again. The city spent nearly 6 years and $12 million trying to fix it, and then to the rescue, developer Donald Trump. As Tracy Egan tells us now, he accomplished in 3.5 months what the city couldn't do in 6 years.
Mayor Koch and Donald Trump shook hands and came out complimenting each other for reopening Wollman Rink.
Donald, you performed a great public service.
No roadblocks were put up. In fact, it was the exact opposite. We've gotten our permits, our approvals. We've gotten everything as quickly as it could be gotten.
Everything included the city's permission to step in and finish the project, originally scheduled for completion in 1982, but repeatedly delayed.
We executed quickly. We came in 3 months ahead of schedule, and we saved this entire season, which really we're very happy about. And we also came in $750,000 under budget.
But Trump says now that it's done, the city should be able to enjoy the Wollman Rink for the next 50 to 100 years.
He played a vital role in bringing back New York City from the 70s.
He did.
He has to feel like they turned on him.
Yeah.
One of the things I put on Twitter when Bragg came back and said that, when they came back with the guilty verdict for that bullshit trial, I said, I'll never be ashamed to be an American. I was ashamed to be a New Yorker.
Well, he didn't run on saving the city from crime or he ran on
exactly
getting Trump.
Whoever has this job, are they going to convict Donald Trump?
Look, that is the number one issue. I'm the candidate in the race who has the experience with Donald Trump. We sued the Trump administration over 100 times. I sued Trump over 100 times and brought a case against the Trump Foundation and held him accountable. Holding Trump accountable for the Trump Foundation. I do have a lot of experience with the former president. I led the New York State Attorney General's work and investigation and successful litigation against him and his family for their misconduct with the Trump Foundation. And also we had a number of litigations, more than 100 involving the Trump administration. I led the team that held Trump and his children accountable for their misconduct with the Trump Foundation. I oversaw the work which sued his administration more than 100 times. I led the Attorney General's work on the Trump Foundation case where we held Trump and his family accountable. When I was at the Attorney General's office, I led our work on the Trump Foundation matter. I also led the team that did the Trump Foundation case, and I've seen him up front and seen the lawlessness that he can do. Started out as a civil rights lawyer, then became a federal prosecutor, ultimately was the #2 lawyer in the New York State Attorney General's office, leading the charge against the racist policies of the Trump administration. I believe we have to hold him accountable. I've litigated with him, and so I'm prepared to go where the facts take me once I see them and hold him accountable. Being a rich, old white man has allowed you to evade accountability in Manhattan. That includes Trump and his children.
They resurrected the case, the law for it. That's another thing they did for Trump. They impeached him. They tried to bankrupt him. They're trying to put him in jail. They took all his money. He can't do business in New York State. This is insane. They gave money to a girl who claimed that she was sexually assaulted 30 years ago. She couldn't even tell you what year. And they do all the
bona fide EDP.
Oh, dude, did you see her videos?
Yes.
She where she's living, the stuff that she says, she's a loon, bro. She's a nut.
I call it the Mouse House because some very distinguished mice live here. Kahneman lives in the kitchen. Tversky lives in the bedroom. This is my shed. And on that side are the books that most influenced me growing up. On the door are the lists of my dogs. Marky, Fortuna de la Spunky, Heidi, Tits, Bloody, and Hepburn. The streams and the rivers were dry. And it so horrified me that I came out and started painting the rocks blue to indicate that there was once a river here. And then after I got done painting the rocks, I just sort of walked over here and then did that tree and then did that tree and then I did this tree. And then pretty soon I'd done this whole forest.
Look at the
Unbelievable.
interview she gave to Anderson Cooper. And he
Yeah,
was just
rape
like
is
blown
sexy.
away. Like, what?
Yeah, you're kind of sexy.
Rape is sexy or something. Like, what?
Yeah.
Most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most
sexual.
people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're just going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
That's why they ran it through civil court, because you and I both know it's preponderance of evidence, right? So let's just get enough here to get the.
No, but my point is, she wasn't suing for $83 million. She was suing for a lot less, and they're like, we'll give you a whole bunch more. Like, New York really turned on Trump. It's heartbreaking, bro.
It is heartbreaking.